With the death of the most amazing mangaka that has ever lived, I sort of wanted to give my proper nod of respect to Kentaro Miura. The last couple of videos that I did, I posted, it was mainly just me ranting about the whole situation. But I feel as though now I can, properly talk about my favorite scene in the whole entire Berserk franchise from both the manga and the 97 series. There will, of course, be light spoilers when discussing this moment, so viewer beware, you're in for a spoil. When we talk about Berserk moments, there are a few moments that stand above the rest, such as Guts meeting Zod for the first time, Guts versus the 100 men, and of course, the Eclipse. All of these moments are incredible, and I won't knock you for having any of these moments as your favorite Berserk moments. But when it comes to me, there is one moment in particular that's my favorite, and not a lot of people talk about it. So, to give you some context, we start off in the middle of the Golden Age arc, where Griffith and the Band of the Hawk have been working and have just come back after the Battle of Doldry. The King of Midland decided to hold a ball for the band, where it's announced that Griffith is going to be the White Phoenix General, and the Band of the Hawk are going to be nobles, leading Griffith one step closer to achieving his dream of having his own kingdom. However, the Queen of Midland and a few others aren't, so thrilled about this, since Griffith doesn't come from royalty and he's a commoner. And, he feels as though Griffith is beneath her, so she comes up with a plan to poison Griffith so he doesn't become the White Phoenix General. At the ball, everyone who is involved with this plan looks intensely and with great nerves as Griffith is presented with a cup. Moments prior, we see the poison go into that cup as this servant inches closer and closer to Griffith. We think by some divine intervention that the cup is going to spill over or that someone will knock it out of his hand, saving the leader of the glorious Band of the Hawk. But no one comes, and no drink is accidentally spilled as Griffith takes the drink from his hand and drinks it. The drink falls to the ground, and so does Griffith, as Casca yells at the top of her lungs, and mass confusion runs all through the enormous hall. The order is given to seal the hall as to not let anyone in or out, but we see the person who poisoned Griffith already on his horse and riding away, leaving the scene of the crime. As he gloats to himself about the work that he has done, there is one person that is standing in his way as he attempts to flee. A familiar black swordsman who grabs his sword, lops the rogue's head off. Meanwhile, the queen and her conspirators are congratulating themselves for a job well done, drinking and talking about the future. Minister Foss is with them, but excuses himself to check on the ball to see what's happening, but something is clearly off about him as the queen takes a moment to herself as she closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and then notices something out of the corner of her eye. Smoke has slowly started to rise from the ground. Four of the conspirators go to the door to try and escape, but the door is locked. Panic settles in as one man grabs a chair and starts to break the door down, but is only met with violent flames that claim all of their lives. The queen, who is still alive, along with a few other men, question what is going on. How has this building caught on fire? She looks out the window for any sort of sign of what could have started the fire, and she freezes. Her eyes widen as she looks as though she has seen a ghost. because she certainly has, as Griffith is standing outside of the building looking straight at her. Confused as what's going on, she asks how could he still be alive, as Griffith tells her it was all planned from the start so he could get all of his conspirators at once. One of Griffith's final words to the Queen are, "This is war. There are no spectator seats on the battlefield," and telling her that only the defeated die as the whole entire building collapses in on her, and Griffith does a slow motion badass walking away from a burning building walk. Why I love this moment in particular is that we get to see just how meticulous Griffith is as a person, how dedicated he is. No one except for Guts knew about this plan, as he had to make sure that it looked as real as possible, or else it wouldn't have worked. This is just one of the lengths that Griffith would go in order to achieve his dream. He's dedicated and he's dead set on having his own kingdom, but more than anything, why I love this moment is because it serves as the ultimate got 'em / got you moment. And every time I see it, I always have this feeling of satisfaction as this horrible woman, just horrible woman, gets what she deserves and she burns to her death. Miura was incredible at making moments like these feel larger than life. There are tons of other moments like this that feel incredible as well, some that aren't talked about as much either, and even after experiencing all of Berserk to this day, it remains my favorite scene / panel throughout all of the manga and the anime, and I honestly doubt that that will change anytime soon.